What's good? This is Amani Vista. I hail from Columbus, Ohio, and you're rocking with the Zebo. Into the music scene, I'd have to say honestly working with Benny Burr. When I was making music before I started working with him, I was just getting into it, doing whatever. But once I started linking with him, he had kind of more of a fan base, more of a establishment. So once I started making music with him, I mean, we released over like 30 something songs. And that's what really helped me like at least establish myself into the music scene. One of my all-time favorite, I believe I was there with Jose Taylor. He's a dancer, follow him on Instagram. I was there with my boy Tyler. Ben was producing, and I believe there were a couple other people there. But my friend Jared, RIP Saucy J, he was in the studio for like the first time. And he was just freestyling. And this man, bro, Ben put an auto-tune on him. And Jared was just going, like he was just going for like a full 10, 15 minutes, gave us all a set concert. Just him on auto-tune going on different beats. And that memory stands. That memory stands a lot. The people I make music with, I'm not gonna lie. But my biggest inspirations, like the ones that got me into this, probably Xavier Wolf, Says Hollow Water Boys. Seeing the way that they moved and the way that they did their shit. Because they were all like individual artists. I mean, they worked together at some point, but they all basically formed their own fan base and brought them all into a group. And it was just, I mean, they're underground legends, underground kings. So I respect them to the fullest, and just watching the way that they moved, I was just instantly like, okay, bet. As far as like sound wise, I mean, Lil Peep, one of my biggest inspirations. D Savage, he's a newer inspiration for me, but I mean, I've been getting heavy into his stuff for the past couple months, and I mean, the music I've been making now is heavily influenced by him, so I'd say that, yeah. I've been making music with Spacehead for years. I mean, we formed the Backwood Boys back in like 17, the summer of 2017. So I've known Malik for years, and I had honestly took a little step away from music last year. Like around the end of the year, I was going through a lot of things, and Malik actually hit me up in the beginning of this year and had me on. He just basically got me back into music. We wrote a whole tape, recorded. He got me back into my vibe, and I mean, that was some of the best music I've ever recorded in my life with him. So with that being said, he was already a part of Reefer Republic with Captain and Retro, and I already knew about Tashambe and Retro, but I didn't get put onto them until Spacehead actually introduced me in the studio. And that was when, I mean, Tashambe was just instantly like, yeah, bro, like you gotta join Reefer Republic, and I was all for it. Of course, music is one of the most therapeutic things. Like, it's probably one of the best ways to cope. At least for me it is. You know, you can cope by smoking, you can cope by working out. There's a lot of ways to cope, but music is one of the most therapeutic. And I put so many of my feelings, so many of my struggles, so many stories into my songs that, I mean, every time I listen to it, like I blow myself away sometimes. Getting people to actually look at you as an artist, like it's hard to, it's not hard anymore. Like a lot of people know what I do, a lot of people know what we do, and they respect that. But in the beginning, having to establish yourself, I mean, you gotta grind. It's no lie, like it's a grind. You gotta put out content, you gotta be consistent, you gotta, get better every single song that you make. And you gotta really tell people, like, this is what I do, like I'm not joking around with this shit. The more people see that, the more people will take you serious. I've been creating for a long time. Why do I create? I honestly don't know, because I come from a family full of athletes. Mom, brother, dad, they're all athletes. I'm the only one in my family that's really on the arts and the creation side of things, so I don't know. But I know this is something that I'm good at. It's a talent that I realized at a very young age, and I believe it was a God-given talent. It's not really something that, I mean, I work on it, don't get me wrong, like I definitely work on my craft, but I mean, this is something that I was doing when I was a kid. that I was already good at as a kid. So I believe it's a God-given talent. For that, praise God every day. Oh yeah, mom, dad. Now my mom was more into like R&B, Alicia Keys and Sade. My dad was more into like old school gangster, like Eazy-E, Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg, Biggie, Pac, all that. He put me on, actually my dad put me on the Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang's like my all-time favorite group, and my dad put me on to this. So, cause I be everywhere. I mean, I'm cool where I'm from, you know, and then I could go to someone else's neighborhood and be cool there too, you feel me? So I'm able to adapt, and I'd say that's probably what I can put into my music, because I adapt. I mean, we just, me and the Reefer Republic boys, we just went out to Cali, and we was there for probably like a couple weeks. And just being in there for those weeks, we adapted. You know, I adapted, recorded a whole tape that I got coming out 2021, and you know, I think it was because, I mean, that was really my motivation, was going out to Cali and going out to a different environment. I made a whole tape off of that, basically. So being able to adapt in different environments. Storytelling. I believe a lot of people nowadays just kind of, you know, they're able to just get on the beat, say whatever, have good flow, and it'd be cool. But me, I like to put a lot of story into it. Not just storytelling, more of like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like subtle messages. You know, I like to put a lot of that type, subliminal messages. That's what I'm looking for. I like to put a lot of that into my music. Just have people think, like, after the end of the song, either you'll play it back wondering what I was talking about, trying to figure it out, or you'll sit there thinking about it like, damn, this nigga really just said some shit. So I think that's what sets me apart. A lot of people don't know how to set a mood, set a tone in a song, and I feel like I know how to set the atmosphere. So, of course, that's actually something I literally talked to Captain about like a couple of days ago. Was producing. I know Spacehead's trying to get into producing too, so I'm just willing to learn. Like, I'm willing to learn all that. Benny Burr, he was producing everything back when we was making music, so I'm already like seen, I'm already used, you know, I already like know the tools. It's just about learning and now sitting down and actually learning. But yeah, production, that's the next step. That's the next step. Legacy is, once you release music, it's always going to be out there, unless it gets taken down for some reason, you know, that can happen. But as far as the music that I've released and the music that I've established, I believe that's always going to be up. Some way, one way or another, it's always going to be up, and it's about having that legacy. When I die, when I were to pass away, you know, that's always going to stand. People are always going to be able to listen to that and still hear my voice, still, you know, read my thoughts, all of that. It's all about legacy. I don't really care about anything else. Yeah, definitely film. I'm not a good actor, but film, you know, skits, I love those. You said fashion? Ooh, you low-key just put me on to something. You know, because I mean, I don't look anything now, but when I do decide to look something, the fashion is a big thing for me. So yeah, all of those, to be honest. Anything I can step my foot into. Someone who's passionate, someone who's actually driven and motivated to work. I don't like it when people hit me up to work on a song and like I go over there. The only thing that happens is we just sit there and smoke. We sit there, smoke. Yeah, we can joke around, whatever, but if nothing really gets done within that night, that was a waste of time. I want to go somewhere where it's already instant. Like, all right, beats playing, you know, go surf a couple of beats, maybe find a couple of them to work on. All right, boom, we in there writing or we in there vibing, smoking, pre-gaming, and we hop on the mic, we work. And I mean, it doesn't take, I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't take a day to make a song. Like, I mean, it can, don't get me wrong, but you really put the time into it. I mean, it could take a couple of days, so that's where that passion and motivation comes in. Like, if you're not willing to put in that work, then I mean, I don't really want to work with you. You feel me? So it's all about passion and motivation. If I see that you're driven, that's gonna drive me. And I mean, I go based off of other people's energy sometimes. Ice on the roads, I hit 110, I'm swerving to the fucking coast, Smoke in the wind, the Capricorn, the fucking goat, I got a spin, I got it tatted as a note, on my skin, and I could never sell my soul, But then again, my soul was always made of gold, I'm in the wind, I made a promise to my woe, I spin again and still thinking about my fucking hoe. Look, I hit your phone. You ain't never hit me back. Now I'm on the road. I ain't never coming back. Now I'm on the go. I ain't never looking back. Ice on my hoe. Hope she don't get attached. I hit your phone. Whoa.
Fake love, no fake shit, and I don't want me, no fake friends, no fake bitch, and I done seen it too many times and I can't take it, I tried to put it all in the sky and that's the saving, but shit, I don't know, 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 I don't know.
I'm not genius.